So I wanted to do an update on my progress, I guess, in the current league, Mayor of Kalandra. So I rolled up a second character because my first character died in maps pretty early on day one, and I made a mistake of trying to make a MagicFind character because that's the only character I could think of after my first character, which was a Elemental Lightning Conduit, died. And so far, with a lot of junk, the rares are okayish, life and res mainly on most of them. This one has intelligence because you do need a certain amount of intelligence to keep leveling up Soul Rend. So Soul Rend will need quite a bit of intelligence. But other than that, it was a huge mistake to re-roll for MagicFind because you really need a good bow. I had a pretty bad 5-link with just +2. I have a slightly better bow now that's 6-linked with 2 sources of damage over time and +2. It's still very bad. I didn't invest into it because I still need a Hunter Exalted Orb. So I can make it Hunter Influence and then I would, craft it. So I haven't spent much on crafting this because I still would want to do it on a Hunter base. And also got the helmet, the trigger helmet. So I restarted poorly planned, and the damage was very bad on Caustic Arrow. And even now, it's kind of bad for Caustic Arrow. Still, I mean, it's fine for white tier maps. It's a little bit low for even yellows and reds, for single target mainly. For clearing, it's okay because of Soul Rend plus Caustic Arrow does quite a bit, but for single target, you'll feel really bad. So I do have an alternate setup when doing yellow tier maps. So I have a bunch of rares. I have a spare Curse on Hit. This is only tier 2, so it could get upgraded and obviously much better crafted. So we have Curse on Hit with this, and if you don't have a Curse on Hit ring, I actually had the spare inside of the trigger helmet. So instead of Control Destruction, I had the spare Curse with that because the spare is actually a lot of damage because of the minus res. And with Toxic Rain, it actually works a lot as well because of the flat damage. And so this would be my 5-link when going to higher tier maps currently. And this is the Toxic Rain in it. And just a bunch of rares with life and res. This is all pretty bad gear generally. It's just life and res mostly. And crafting to make up for any losses. And then a 5-link. So if I want to go higher tier maps, I can switch to this gear. But other than that, I have mainly MagicFind gear for low tier maps. So like Biscos, Leash, and Collar. And I have Venters and a Pariah that's white socketed, and then Gold Worms. So with the recent patches where they did increase loot dropping, MagicFind is a little bit better. It was pretty bad before. I felt like I have decent currency, but I didn't find anything unique, any uniques worth much. So MagicFinding, I think, in my opinion, was pretty bad, and currently I'm not sure how to feel about the new changes to Quant because I haven't played very much in the new changes yet that they only did recently. And I think if I were to try to progress into red maps like safely and effectively with enough damage, I would need to get this upgraded to a three like big notables. I got super lucky with this with an alteration orb. It took a lot of alteration spamming, but once I got this, the Unspeakable Gifts is a pretty low weight. I believe it's 32. So I'm not gonna spam alterations. I will imprint it with a Krajik Chimeral Beast from Beast Crafting. Before I Regal Slam it, and I've done 3 or 4 attempts already, and I've not been lucky enough to get a third notable, like a big notable yet. So we'll have to keep crafting on that, and then maybe when I have a good bow, maybe I can progress into red maps safely, because until then I feel like the damage is just way too weak and I'll just get overwhelmed or have trouble killing something in single target. Defensively, the Kintsugi is what I'm relying on, so you don't get hit too often, so when you do get hit by like a big hit, it hopefully shouldn't one-shot you. I think I get around 5.1k with this gear swap, so these are pretty awful rares, but I think I should be able to do red tier maps pretty safely with a gear swap from MagicFinding into this. If not, I may just make a new character to progress into red maps more effectively, because this is quite a squishy character, and if I die, it'll be kind of annoying. So MagicFinding white tier maps to see the quant changes. I should be seeing a bit more loot, but hopefully I can find some good uniques, because with all this MagicFind, I haven't found any good uniques yet. And hopefully not too many people have quit the league. Enjoy.